Kadosh Boker Or, Bekiim Bahalacha 4, day 63, Siman Kavzayin. This is page 157, Halacha Memvav. After a person puts on tefillin, right? The beit tefillin shel yad, right? Azro. So imagine after a person comes and he's going to properly position, on the upper arm, which is on the biceps muscle, but within the half upper arm closest to the elbow, as explained in Halacha 2. That's the first thing that a person is going to do. So then, before tightening the strap around the arm, he's going to make the beracha Baruch Hashem Elokeinu Melech Haolam Asher Geshel Mitzvah V'tzivanu V'aniach Tefillin. Right? This is the beracha that he makes, and then the person immediately tightens the strap around the arm, as we already explained. So he puts it on the arm. Remember, it's on the bottom half, but it's on the biceps. It has to be on the muscle, right? So it has to be where the muscle is, but not completely down here. You have to have minimum of 2 fingers, right? That's what. Okay, you have it here. Once it's there, you make the beracha, and then you tighten. Okay? That's halacha 46. Halacha 47. Yesh noagim likroch al-ritzuah la-titura, כדי להדק בית התפילין לזרום משני צדדיו. ויש נוהגים לכרוך הרצועה סביב המברטה, כדי להצמיד היוד לבית. So some people have the custom of running the strap across the titura of the tefillin shel yad, so that both the front and the back sides of the bite are fastened to the arm. So you have the back part, because you already tightened it, and also the front part. Because if you're going to go on the front part, and you're going to put the strap on top of the front part, so therefore you're going to tie it down also. So he says, that's what some people do. Still others have the custom of winding the strap across the mabarta, so that it will hold down the yod to ensure that it's in contact with a bite. Okay? So some people will also do it on the back part. So they'll do it like all around. You understand? Like all around the bite, in order that also to hold the yod. So he says the custom of the Rishon LeZion was explained above in Halacha 16 to tighten the strap around the upper arm by pulling it away from the body and then immediately down to his forearm to wind the 7 coils around without any extra coils around the upper arm. So therefore, he wouldn't do ki'ilu an extra one here. He would just tighten and then go straight down over here. So that way he was going to continue. And that's how he would actually leave it tightened. Okay? If you look in the footnote 170, why some people refrain from winding the strap over the titura? Why is it that some people come and they don't want to wrap it over? So the me'al on the front part of the tefillin. Why not? Rav Yaakov wailed, right? He testified that the custom of the Austrian Jews was to wind the one coil right over the strap over the titura to hold the bite down. Okay, so he says on the arm. He argued, right, that this is incorrect practice and that only once the tefillin shel yad should be fastened, right, to the arm, just like the tefillin shel rosh is fastened to the head, even though only one hand is going to come and is going to be held down with a strap, right? We're going to fill the Torah's command of tie them onto your arm. The Ramah concurred with this ruling. The Teretz Zekinim offered an additional explanation. Since the Torah, right, he says, since the Torah tells us vayu letotafot, we derive from there that both batim are worn in the same manner. So just like tefillin shel rosh is going to be fastened one end to the head and one end to the tefillin, so too should be the tefillin shel yad. Meaning, just like the tefillin shel rosh, it's tied inside the box, and the box is on the head, but there's nothing else holding anything down. So to the tefillin shel yad, oto davar, right? It should be the same thing, which means that you're not going to come and start tightening other things in order to hold it down. So the Levush questioned this opinion. So he says, even if we're going to agree that it is unnecessary, what is wrong with running the strap across the titura? What's the problem? So he comes and he says, right, therefore there shouldn't be a problem. So he says this. Why some people continue this practice? So Shirek and Sedullah argue, and he said, explaining that there's a major difference between tefillin shel rosh and tefillin shel yad. The Torah tells us to tie the tefillin shel yad to the arm, whereas regarding the tefillin shel rosh, the Torah only says that it should be between your eyes. So if someone runs a strap across the titura, that does not mean that he tied down a second time. Therefore, no one has to pay attention to this complaint. It's going to be okay. Can you put the coil on the upper arm? So he says, as we already explained, that Bekiim Vital did not wind the tefillin strap around his upper arm at all after tightening it. So that was also Bekiim Vital. He pulled it immediately down. And Bekiim Vital instructed us also to wind the strap around the upper arm 3 times, right, forming the shape of the letter Shin. And then the coil it around, right, the forearm 7 times. The Kav HaChaim Sofer asserted that we do not follow these instructions, so we have testimony that Bekiim Vital himself did not do it. Meaning some people want to say that Bekiim Vital was the one that said you should have the Shin. He says we have testimony that he himself didn't do it, so obviously we're not going to follow that. So he says, furthermore, it's going to be clear from Shara Kavanot and Mishnah Chasidim that we don't do that. And several Achronim, including the Ben Ish Chai, gave clear instructions to pull the strap down to the forearm immediately after tightening the loop around the arm. And the Od Yosef Chai, he added that one must not coil around the upper arm. The author related that he asked his colleague Rav Eliyahu Mani, right, about the common practice in Yerushalayim, and he replied also the same thing. That's also the Rashash, Shalom Sharabi, right, and others as well. Marani Nishol Tzion brought down also Rav Yitzchak Lifia, stating that it's unnecessary to wrap it around the yod, but rather pull it directly down. So basically, that was the minhag of everyone that they're saying until now. From here, you don't go around again. Some people are going to go around the bait, I don't know how many times, around the yod, around the titura. No. You take the tefillin, you tighten, and immediately down. Yeah, you're going to go here, and you're going to go down the 7 times. Okay? Fine.